Hi, my name is Laura Myron, and today we're going to do yoga for weight loss. So we're going to work our major muscle groups to burn more fat in shorter time and tone up. So let's get started. Come to all fours, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We're just going to move through a couple rounds of cat-cow, making it a little more dynamic, a little more movement. So your inhale takes you into a back bend, tip your hips up, look up, and then the exhale, round your back, drop your head. Now let's add the movement. Inhale, cow, tip your hips up, move the shoulders back, and then exhale as you go into cat, press your hips back. Just making it a little more dynamic. Here we go. Inhale, come forward, tip your hips up, back bend, and then exhale, press your hips back like you're going towards child's pose. Just two more. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, press it back, draw the navel up and in. One more time, inhale, forward, back bend, shoulders down the back. Good, and exhale, press it on back, draw the navel up and in. Come on back onto all fours, and we're just gonna stand it right on up, facing me. Bend your knees and let's sit right into chair pose, getting right into it, okay? So sit those hips back, draw your shoulders down the back, and then I want you to start lifting the navel up and in, engage the low belly. Adding the movement like you're skiing out on the snow slopes. Here we go. Inhale, sit a little lower, and exhale, bring your arms back, hinge from your hips and come down. Inhale, come back into chair, working those legs. Exhale, sit way low and hinge at the hips. 3 more times. Inhale, lift, warming up the legs, and exhale, take it back down. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, take it back. Last time, inhale. And exhale, sit it low. This time, keep your arms straight ahead towards me. Shoulders down the back, sit those hips as low as you can. Firing up the legs and keep drawing the navel up and in. We're almost there. 3, 2, okay, place your hands on the ground, step right into plank. So shoulders over wrists. Now if you need an option, you can definitely come onto your knees, and you've got more than a couple times, 20, 30, 40 times to work through this sequence, so building your way up to coming onto those toes. Firm up your legs, shoulders down the back, draw your navel up and in. All right, starting to build that heat, come onto your forearms. If you need to come onto your knees for that transition, no problem. Like I said, we don't have to get it perfect the first time, just keep working on this sequence. Okay, breathe. We just work those legs. Now we're gonna turn on the abdominals, the shoulders, the arms. All right, lift your right arm up, side plank. Once again, you work on that transition until you can do it without having your knees on the ground. But for now, if you need to put the knees down, no problem, right? Your bottom knee can be right here. Here we go, just holding, hips lift. Now 5 times, lower your hips down and up, and 4, up. 3, working the side waist. 2, 1 more. Good job. Come back onto forearm plank, and we only have 1 more side today, luckily. Here we go, second side. Lift your other arm up, left arm up. 5 times, hips move down and up. Really work the side of the waist, the obliques. 3 more. Push down to lift up. 2, up, 1, hold, come right back into forearm plank, only for 3. You're so close. 2, lower your knees to the ground first, then lower your hips to the ground, and you're right into Sphinx Pose. So you might just slide those shoulders a little further forward. Your elbows a little further forward. So shoulders over elbows, reach your chest forward, gently pull the inner shoulders back, little back bend. Stretching those abdominals that we just worked. Breathe in and out through the nose. Okay, now keep your chest lifted. Straighten your arms out in front of you so your elbows are off the ground. Keep pulling the chest through, like you're gonna pull your chest through your hands. Here we go, working the back of the body. Lift your legs, maybe lift your right arm. Okay, switch, lift your left arm. Try and keep all of this lift. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, both arms lift. hold, fire up the legs, straight, strong, active legs. Lift them up a little higher. And here we go, lift your chest. 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Okay, curl your toes under. From your knees, and your hands are on either side of your ribs, push up to plank, come back up onto your toes. We're just gonna do this 10 times. Bring your right knee to your right elbow and switch. And left knee and switch. Here we go, 8, switch. Try and bring the knee all the way to the elbow. You're almost there. You got 5 more, right and left. Keep those hips just about as high as your shoulders, so we don't want them up here. Last 3, 2, 1. You're coming right into downward facing dog. This should feel good after all of that fun plank work. Okay, from down dog, step your right foot right between your hands. If you have to come to your knees to set that up, no problem at all, right? Firm up your back leg and lift up for your crescent lunge. Breathe. Should feel pretty good to get off those hands. Now, draw the navel up and in, working that low belly. Bend your front right knee and pretend you're trying to drag your front right foot back towards you. That should turn on your hamstrings and your glutes, which is good. We want to work that. Okay, one more deep breath. Maybe even sinking a little lower. Place your arms by your side. Hinge from your hips. Come right on up into warrior 3 and hold. Now, I'd rather see you at a nice angle instead of letting those shoulders drop. So if you're up here, that's great. Keep working it. Draw the navel up and in. Shoulders moving back, and maybe from the hips you hinge. If you know what a deadlift is, right, it's the same type of action like a deadlift. 3, 2, working the legs, working the back of the body. Here we go, back into crescent lunge. Bend your front knee all the way back up, crescent lunge. Lower your hands and right back to home base, downward facing dog. Okay, second side. We gotta do those good holds on the second side. So from all fours or right from down dog, left foot steps between the hands. Stretch your arms up. Now settle in here. And notice if your hips kind of want to sink down and the knees want to buckle in. So I want your knees pointing straight ahead. Feel a lift through your center and stretch those arms straight and strong. You've got 2 more big breaths. Keep the low belly engaged. All right. Everyone's favorite, warrior 3. Arms by your side. Hinge from your hips, come down. Find your balance, find somewhere to look out in front of you. And here we go, lift off, warrior 3. Lift that right leg up and hold. And once again, if you're at this nice angle, stay here, that's totally fine. Okay, you can have a little bend in the knee. You're working towards a straight, strong, active leg. You might work on getting parallel to the ground, keeping those hips nice and even. Okay, we gotta hold this one just a few more breaths. Reach and lengthen through the spine. You're almost there. 3, 2, bend your knee and come right back into crescent lunge, reach up. Excellent, downward facing dog. Lower your hands, step it back. Okay, from your downward facing dog, look towards your hands and just step or walk or somehow make your way to a forward fold. From this forward fold, we'll just bend the knees. From this forward fold, we'll just bend the knees, reach your arms up back to chair pose. Everyone's favorite chair pose. Sit those hips on down. We're gonna work a twist here. So left arm, slide it down your right leg, and draw your hands together. Now that left knee is gonna wanna press forward, scoot that left hip back. So you're holding a squat and we're twisting, which is great for digestion and detoxing. Now stay here and twist, or try pouring your weight into the right leg and just lift your left heel up, okay? Now maybe try keeping the knees together and squeeze your left heel up towards your butt and give me a little pulse. 5, 4, squeeze your hamstring. 3, 2, hold it up. Okay, lower the foot, back up to chair. Oh my goodness, we have one more side. Right arm down, left leg twist. Here we go, facing the other direction. Now press that right knee back so your hips are lined up. Reach your chest away from your low back and breathe. Detox here from whatever you need to let go of. Let it go, twist it out. Now stay here or try lifting your right heels and then stay there, or now try and squeeze the heel up towards your butt. And here we go, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, you're almost there. 1, lower the foot down, back up to chair, reach and stand it all the way up. Just in case those legs aren't cooked, we're gonna do a little bit more. So bring the feet out nice and wide so you come into a wide stance with your ankles about as wide as your wrists here. Turn your right toes open and your left toes in, coming towards side angle pose. So you'll bend your right knee and hold here for just a breath or two. Okay? Make sure right knee's in line with your second and third toe. Now, forearm to the thigh, stretch your arm up. Find some length through the sides of the body and through your spine. Now, the option is always gonna be to stay here. I'm gonna show you progressions. All you're going to do is straighten your right leg and bend your right knee. Straighten your right leg. A little more support is lightly resting the hand. I want you to work your side waist muscles, draw the low belly up and in. Next progression, place your hand lightly on your shin. Okay, next progression, keep moving that knee down and up, is hands behind your head. Hold, bend the knee and straighten. Keep that engagement through your low belly. Now you've got 3 more. Maybe stretch your arms out, hold that beach ball. 2, up, 1, hold. Okay, stand up and switch your sides. Whew. Second side, left foot turns out, right toes turn in, bend your left knee and hold it down there for me. Draw the navel up and in. Good. All right, side angle, forearm to thigh. And just for today, stretch that arm straight up like we did on the first side. Draw the low belly up and in and keep the sides of the body nice and long. Okay, now here we go. Straighten and sink it down. Straighten, sink it down. Thank goodness we only have 2 sides, right and left. This is your last one. Maybe hand is lightly on the shin is your next progression. Okay, next progression, hands behind head. Remember, you don't have to do this the first time or even the 10th time. We're working our way up there. Stay here, or for your last 3, hold that beach ball. Stretch, keep the sides of the body long. 2, last one, hold it. And stand it all the way up. Step or hop your feet all the way together. Bring those feet out wide, turn your toes out. So you only have just a little bit more to go. Reach your arms up. You're gonna do a big yogi squat. So sit those hips low. Now the knees are gonna wanna buckle in. I want them in line with your second and third toe, and I want your chest lifted. Sit as low as you can. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink it down deep. Okay. Inhale. Exhale, take it low. Inhale. Exhale, knees out wide. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lower, lower, lower. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale this time. Sink it all the way down for your squat. Hold it here. And once again, it's helpful to have those feet out a little wider. Drop your tail, lift your chest and hold for 3, 2. Okay, lower it onto your back. Here we go, boat pose. Just working a little bit of abdominal work. Knees in, shins parallel to the ground, shoulders back, hold. Couple bicycles. So your option is to stay here, maybe with your hands on the thighs. Remember, we're working our way up. Or if you've been doing this video for a while, straighten your left leg, straighten your right leg, straighten your left leg, straighten your right leg. Keep going. Hug the knee in, hug the knee in. 8, 7, we're not going for speed, we're going for really good form. 5, 4, 3, you're so close. 2, 1, hold it through center. Hover down for 3, 2, 1. Okay, lower all the way onto your back. Don't get too comfortable because you gotta bend your knees and lift your hips right up. Bridge pose. I know I faked you out. You got comfortable, didn't you? Press down through your heels and pretend you're trying to drag your heels back towards your head. That should fire up your glutes and hamstrings a little bit more. Here we go, 8 times. Down, squeeze your glutes on the way up. Down and up. Your glutes are a really big muscle. So if we work those big muscles in the body, it helps to get the blood moving and the heart working. And hopefully just keep burning that fat and toning those muscles. You've got 3 more. Chin off the chest. 2. Hold it up on 1, you're so close. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower all the way down. Don't get too comfortable. Straighten your legs. And here we go. Lift your arms, lift your chest, lift your legs back to that hovering position. Work your way up, right? You might work your way up to just even being able to lift up like that. Don't worry too much if you're not able to do it the first time. All the way back up to boat. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh my goodness, downward facing dog. 1 more pose here and then we get to stretch it out and you are done. So come to your knees, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Now place your forearms right where your hands were, not back here, all the way up here. This is called Dolphin. You have a nice long spine. Try not to let the back be rounded. So look at your hands. Draw your navel up and in, and here we go for Dolphin. Lift your hips up. It's kind of like a down dog on your forearms. Now the back is gonna run around. See if you can lift the ribs up and back towards your thighs. Press your chest back. Really hard. Stay here and breathe. Option, if you've been working this for a while, lift that left leg up and hold. Maybe give it a little pulse for 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, lift the right leg up and hold. That pulse is 3, 2, 1. Back to Dolphin. Okay, child's pose. Ooh, stretch those hips back. Rest your forehead to the ground. Great, come on all the way up. Last stretch just to finish us off. Bring the bottoms of the feet together and your knees out wide. Before you fold forward, see if you can lift your chest and find some length. You should be taller now than when you started. And from there, hinge it on down. If you have a towel or a pillow to sit on, that could give you a little lift if your knees are up really high. Hinge forward, breathe in and out through your nose. Come on up. And you guys are all done. If you have a couple minutes to rest in Shavasana, I would highly recommend that, even just 2 or 3 minutes if possible. I will see you next time. Namaste.